Hey guys, it's Osby from Rough Country, and today we're going to highlight the installation process of our 82-04 Chevy S10 lowering kit. This kit offers a 2-inch drop in the front and a 2.5-inch drop in the rear. The first thing we're going to do is remove the wheels and tires. Remove the cotter pin from the tie rod. Loosen the tie rod, but do not remove the nut completely. Strike the side of the knuckle with a hammer to loosen the taper lock, and then remove the tie rod nut. Loosen and remove the brake caliper bolts. And then carefully remove the brake caliper and hang to the side. Remove the dust cap as shown. Next, remove the cotter key and loosen the axle nut as shown. Remove the outside bearing, then pull the rotor and inside bearing off the factory spindle. Remove the backing plate as shown. Be careful not to damage the ABS wire if the truck is equipped with one. Remove the cotter pin from the lower ball joint and loosen the lower ball joint nut as shown. Do not completely remove the nut at this time. Remove the upper ball joint cotter pin and then loosen the upper ball joint nut as shown. Do not remove the nut at this time. Use a hammer to strike the sides of the spindle on both the top and bottom ball joint to loosen the taper locks. Place a stand under the control arm and remove the top and bottom ball joint nuts, and then remove the spindle from the control arms. Remove the gasket from the factory knuckle and place it on the new lowering spindle. Place the new lowering spindle on the lower ball joint and hand tighten the factory nut. Pull the upper control arm down and attach the upper ball joint to the spindle using the factory nut. Then tighten both ball joint nuts and insert the new supplied cotter pins. Install the backing plate to the new spindle with factory bolts and tighten. Slide the rotor assembly and the outside bearing over the spud and install the factory nut with a pair of channel locks until the nut is snug and the rotor still turns freely. Then install the new supplied cotter pin and dust cap. Install the brake caliper with factory bolts and tighten. Insert the tie rod to the spindle and tighten. Use the new supplied cotter pin to lock the factory nut. Be sure to repeat the same steps on the opposite side of the vehicle. Remove the factory rear shocks by loosening the stock mounts. Loosen and remove the factory U-bolts. Raise the rear axle and install the supplied block between the axle and the leaf spring. Make sure the smaller end of the block points to the front of the truck. Using the factory U-bolt plate, install the new supplied U-bolts and nylocks. Install the lower mount of the rear shock to the U-bolt plate using factory hardware. Be sure to repeat the steps on the opposite side of the vehicle. Finally, install the wheels and tires. If you're interested in a kit like this for your Chevy S10, be sure to check us out at www.roughcountry.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter. From Rough Country, I'm Osby, and we'll see you next time.